morning, 8Cs, receiving school students and teachers. Thank you. You may sit down. All right, 8Cs and receiving students. Our topic for today, all right, developing graphing skills. Okay, receiving students, developing graphing skills. Now I'm sure we've looked at graphs or graphing skills in our previous lessons. But like I said, we're going through again our topics. All right, you've copied down the topic, good. Developing graphing skills. Okay, who can tell me, or receiving students, can you tell your teacher how many types of graphs do you know of? How many type of graphs can you name? Or can you name the different type of graphs? Receiving students? Okay, anyone to give one? Receiving students? Can you name the different type of graphs? Okay, someone name one. Okay, Rose, can you name one, please? Okay.
Climograph.
Okay, a climograph or a climate graph. Yes, that's one. Thank you. One. Okay, Emmanuel?
Pie graph.
A pie graph or a pie chart. Very good. So we have a climate graph or climograph, pie chart, graph. Yes. Stephen?
A column graph. Column graph.
Okay, good. Column graph or a what? Bar graph. Okay, bar graph or column graph. Yes. Thank you, receiving students. Eunice?
Line graph.
All right, very good. A line graph. Oh, Paulus, you wanted to give something else? Paulus? Nothing already. Okay. So those type of graphs you already mentioned. Okay, there are 4 types of graphs used by geographers. Okay, we have a bar graph or a column graph, a line graph. All right, we've looked at line graphs already. Yes, climate graphs or climograph, pie graph. Pie graph, which is the round, the circle part. Okay, the round one. Okay, then we have the climate graph. We have the temperature readings with the rainfall measurements. 2 graphs in one. And then the line graph, where you just have the dots and then you join them. Okay? And the bar or column graph, which we look at today. Okay, so receiving students. All right. Okay, you finished? Yes. Receiving students, I hope you finished copying. All right, let's move on. Okay. All right, it reads, what are some of the important features of graphs? Okay, some of the important features that you can find in a graph or on a graph so that the reader can understand the information on a graph, okay? These are some of the features, a title. Can we have someone to come up here, please, and show us, okay, where the title is, the horizontal axis, vertical axis, and the scale on the vertical or horizontal line. So again, these are some of the features, all right, that you find on a graph, okay, on any graph. Some of the features, like I said, title, horizontal axis, vertical axis, and a scale on the vertical and horizontal line. Okay, who would like to come and us the title, please? One of the important features, which is the title. Anyone? Okay, let's have Teresa, please. Can you come to the board, please, and show us where the title is on the graph? Okay, receiving students, you can also look up here and just indicate where the title is, please. And can we have the mic? And you can just read out what it says. Okay. The title.
Length of coastline.
Okay. All right, thank you, Teresa. All right, length of coast. Okay, she indicated where the title is. Okay, length of coastline. Very good. Horizontal axis. Can we have someone here, please? Come and indicate to us the horizontal axis, one of the features that you find on a graph. Zimalin, please. Okay, good.
Horizontal axis, this one's New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, South Australia. This one's that showed us.
Okay, thank you, Zimalin. All right, receiving students, horizontal axis is this line that is drawn across. All right, receiving students. Horizontal axis, again, is this line that is drawn across the graph where we have words or numbers on it. Okay, that's the horizontal axis. Okay, vertical axis, please. Michael. Sorry, not Michael. Andrew. Andrew, please. Can you come and indicate? Vertical axis, sorry. Horizontal axis is going across. Vertical is going down. So this is the line, vertical line drawn down, okay? And we have numbers and also words on it. Very good. Now the scale. Another feature, another important feature of a graph, we have a scale on the vertical or the horizontal line. Can someone come up here and indicate or point out where the scale is, receiving students? Okay, let's have Charlie. What is on the horizontal and vertical line, the scale. Just point out. Just. Okay. For the what? Vertical?
The vertical line consists of the scale. The scale.
Uh-huh. And the horizontal?
Horizontal is the states.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. All right. So we have the scale. Okay, can you see? On the vertical line, all right? The information that is given here. And on the horizontal line, we have the states here. Okay. You understand, 8Cs and receiving students? So this graph here, this is a bar graph, okay? This bar graph here shows the important features in it. So remember, any bar graph or any type of graph must always have a title, okay? Especially with the bar graph or column graph. Title, we have the horizontal axis, vertical axis, and the scale on the vertical and horizontal line. Okay, very good. Receiving students. So this bar graph is showing the length of Australia's coastlines. Because 4, 5, 6, 7, the 7 in Australia. So it shows the different length of coastline, Australia's coastline, okay? And in kilometers, all right? So which is the highest coastline in Australia? Western Australia, very good, which is 12,500 kilometers, okay? And the lowest coastline in Australia, Victoria, 1,800 kilometers, right? Okay, we leave that, thank you. Okay, now let's go on to the next graph here. Okay, it says here, bar graph is used to compare measurements. Receiving students? So on this graph here, we have different lengths, okay? Different lengths of coastlines. So we are comparing the different measurements. So when comparing the measurements, it is represented in bars or columns in a bar graph. Okay. Okay, this time we'll move on to our activity. Okay. And I have it up here, all right? I have this graph here, okay? All right, so from this, everyone look up here, please. Can you see from the back, Stephen? If you can see from the back, can you? Can you see from the back? Okay. All right, the title of this graph, this bar graph, reads Urban Rural Population, Indigenous Australians, 1996. Okay, before we go on to this, who can tell me, does anyone know the word, this word here? Indigenous, so does anyone know the meaning of this word, indigenous? Receiving students? I'm sure you've heard of the word. Okay, Indigenous. Indigenous. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. Anyone? Does anyone know? Receiving students? Who wants to give a guess? Receiving students, you can try or just give a guess. Indigenous. What do you know of the word, or what do you think this word means? Indigenous. Okay, Rose? Indigenous Australians. Or sometimes we say indigenous culture, indigenous language. Okay, we'll have Daphne. Oh, you want to?
Indigenous means born in or natural to a country.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Priscilla. All right. Okay, Hane. Okay, let's give the mic to Hane, please.
Indigenous means unique.
Unique. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. All right. Indigenous meaning, okay, indigenous Australians. So if you look here at this key, Aboriginals, Torres Strait Islanders. Okay, meaning native. All right, natives. Native, or we can say original inhabitants of a particular area. Okay, so we have Aboriginals are natives of Australia. Torres Strait Islanders are also natives. Okay, they have original inhabitants of a particular area, on, like we said, native culture or native language or origin. Okay, so it's meaning natives. Okay, receiving students. All right, so from this graph here, everyone look up here. From this bar graph, okay, this bar graph or displays information of these particular natives living, okay, in different areas, okay, whether in major urban areas, other urban areas, rural areas. So our vertical line shows, horizontal axis shows the different areas in which these natives live in. Our vertical axis shows the percentage of these people living in that, the percentage of population, yep, of people living in that particular area. Okay, so from this bar graph here, class, we are going to go through this or answer these questions here. Okay, there are 5 questions which you are going to answer relating to this bar graph, this information. So you can get down the questions. There's no need for you to draw the bar graph, okay? You can just get down the questions and answer them. So receiving students, your questions up here, screen. Number 1, what is the percentage of Aboriginals major urban areas. Don't forget, you have to look at the key here. All right? Look at the key. Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islanders. Okay. Number one, again, what is the percentage of Aboriginals in major urban areas? Okay, receiving students, you can copy down your questions quickly into your exercise books. Number one. And 8Cs, you can copy from here. Okay. Okay, number two, receiving students, that's your question. What is the percentage of Aboriginal? So we have major urban areas, other urban areas, rural areas. Please, if you cannot see from the back, please put your hands up and I'll come and help you. Um, Greater. Okay, anyone finished? Hands up if you have finished. Okay. True. Aboriginals in rural areas. Okay, have you finished? Yes. Good. Okay, looks like we'll go through the answers now. ATs and receiving students. All right, question number one. Question number one. Hannah, can you read the question, please? Receiving students, read out the question number one.
What is the percentage of Aboriginals in major urban areas?
All right. Okay, looking at your graph, don't forget, you look at the key, you know that this here is only for the Aboriginals. The red here is only for, the red bar or column is only for the Torres Strait Islanders. But altogether, these two natives, okay, are living in major urban areas. So the question is only asking for the percentage of Aboriginals. So what is the percentage? 57.5%. Okay, receiving students? The answer is there are 57.5. Yeah, 57.5% of Aboriginals living in major urban areas. Okay, that's number one. Number two, please. Gimana, can you read out the question? Number two.
What is the percentage of Aboriginals in rural areas?
Okay, very good. What is the percentage of Aboriginals in rural areas? And your answer? 18.8%. Okay, receiving students, 18.8% of Aboriginals live in rural areas. Right, number three. Can we have Thomas? Can you read out the question, please? Receiving students, you read out your question.
Is the percentage of Torres Strait Islander people greater or smaller than those of